Women have been continuously growing in industries that are mostly male dominant, including aeronautics. Amelia Earhart started this increase and encouraged women to be in power of their career. According to an October 16, 2011 article in the Phoenix East Aviation, there were only 14,000 female pilots in 2010. Women are continuing to grow in fields where men dominate, and Amelia Earhart was the main cause of this growth. After reading about her story, I was very inspired to achieve such great things, just as Amelia did in her lifetime. I am very honored to present her with the Most Courageous Award. First, I will talk about some of the great accomplishments of Amelia Earhart in her early life. Second, I will tell you about some of her accomplishments that have impacted others all around the world. And finally, I will explain why she is the most deserving of the Most Courageous Award. To start, let's look at some of the accomplishments of this iconic 1920s woman. Amelia Earhart put in numerous hours of effort to become one of the most accomplished female pilots. Amelia was the 16th woman to be issued a pilot's license in 1923. Her accomplishments began here and continued throughout Amelia's lifetime. According to biography.com, last accessed April 19, 2016, Earhart took a plane ride that changed her life and led her to desire to be a pilot. She dove headfirst into learning how to fly and everything aviation in 1920 after that plane ride. She purchased her very first plane in the summer of 1921 and nicknamed it the Canary for its bright yellow color. On October 22, 1922, she flew her plane at 14,000 feet, which was also the world record for female pilots. Due to family financial issues, Earhart had to limit her schooling in piloting until 1927 when she became a member of the American Aeronautical Society's Boston chapter. After Amelia got back into aviation, she was interested in a solo flight across the Atlantic. She received a phone call from a man who asked if she was interested in the flight, only to later find out she was to be the passenger on the flight, not the lead pilot. This upset her and only made her desires to fly solo more prevalent. She took part in the transatlantic flight and once returned, became more involved in public endorsements. She became a president for the Transcontinental Air Transport and a vice president of National Airways. Earhart became involved in the 1990s. Earhart became involved in the 1999s, which was an organization of female pilots. She was the first female president of the organization in 1930. On May 20th, 1932, 5 years after she was the co-pilot of a previous transatlantic journey, Amelia began her trek across the Atlantic. Now that you have heard some of the inspiring accomplishments of Amelia Earhart, let's look at her impact on the world. Amelia was a major women's advocate during her time. She used media and endorsements to show how strong women are and their purpose in life. According to an Amelia Earhart Museum.org, last accessed April 16, 2016, Amelia became a coordinator of Cosmopolitan, the magazine, and wrote about her experience with flying. She encouraged mothers and daughters to take lessons to learn to fly as well. Throughout her life, she believed women needed to step forward as one. Amelia lived in a time when women had limited options, according to the previously cited article. Aside from flying, Amelia spent a great deal of her career speaking and writing to promote women's opportunities. Alongside encouraging women to pursue their dreams, Earhart's story touched many women and girls and inspired them to believe in themselves and what they should accomplish. According to an article from AJC.com on November 3, 2009, more women are becoming involved in higher fields such as aviation. This multitude of women has brought more female pilots and role models, and 22 women just like Earhart who serve in NASA as astronauts. Her impact on the world is everlasting, especially in the science and engineering fields, as she encouraged women to learn to fly and excel in other fields. Now that we have seen her effect on the world, let's look at what makes her qualified to be for this award. The Most Courageous Award is a prestigious award given to women who display great courage and bravery in their field of work. The Most Courageous Award began in 1950 as an award to honor those women who have made a difference in the world. This award was given to those who show great courage and bravery in their given field. This award has been given to women from science, engineering, education, aeronautic fields, and etc., where they have been acknowledged for their greatness. There's a new recipient chose every year from a group of 3 women, then narrowed down to a final one based off a very prestigious committee. We have recognized women who have also won the Nobel Peace Prizes and other great awards. All of the recipients have in some way, shape, or form played a role in the changing of the world and impacting women and men all over in big or small ways. Now that we have seen the greatness of Amelia Earhart and her accomplishments, let's conclude. First, I cruised through some of the great accomplishments of Amelia's early life. Second, I flew through the impact that she had on the world. And finally, I displayed why this woman deserved the Most Courageous Award. For everyone who has been touched by Amelia Earhart's story, accomplishments, and goals, I am proud to honor her as the 100th recipient of the Most Courageous Award. Please put your hands together for this iconic woman.